Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government-sponsored co-ed English medium school has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
Good morning students. Today we will continue with chapter 5 and the name of the chapter it's Alternative Ideas and Initiatives. And today our topic is Development of Science and Technical Education. Yes, what developments took place in Bengal in science and technical fields. And we have to remember that 19th century was a turning point in the history of cultivation of scientific knowledge in Bengal, because in this period of time the educated Bengali middle class desired that they should be at the forefront of scientific knowledge and discoveries, because already they were getting Western education. It was in this background that the first non-official scientific research institution was established, and its name is the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. And it was the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science, or in short we can say IACS. It was established in 1876 and it was established by Dr. Mahendra Lal Sarkar, and this was the first oldest center for study of the areas of basic sciences, and for this Mahendra Lal Sarkar is known as the father of the study of modern science, because he was the first who had the thinking about how to develop basic sciences among the youths, among the young students, and for this he is known as the father of the study of modern science. And in this institution, in the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science, a very prominent person he was attached, and his name is C.V. Raman. There were some objectives of the IACS or Indian Association for Cultivation of Science, and I have given them in brief: to spread the scientific knowledge without government aids. It said that we will spread scientific knowledge among the youths without taking any help from the British government. We will collect the money from the Indian citizen. The next objective of this IACS was to spread and popularize the scientific movement, to spread it and to make it popular among the youths of Bengal, to encourage the young students with the study and research in basic science. And this institution, it took the oath that it will encourage the youths of Bengal to study and make research in the basic sciences. To make the progress of the country, science education is needed, because the people who were attached to this institute were very literate, very educated, and they said without the development of science education, a country cannot make any development for the future. So, to make the progress of the country, science education is very much needed. Cultivation of science for the welfare of the country in future. So, this scientific development, it is not for the development of that present situation. This is needed to enhance the development for the future of the country also. And where this institution was located? This institution was located at 210 Bowbaja Street, but now its present address is at Jadavpur. And the institution was proud of its solely native and purely national character, and this institution was run by the contribution made by the citizens. In the first phase of this institution, they were qualified persons, and they were Jagdish Chandra Bose, C.V. Raman, Ashutosh Mukherjee. And in 1912, the first Indian president of IACS was Raja Pyari Mohan Mukherjee. Today, IACS is one of the leading scientific research center of the country. Now, people from far and wide, they come, the students from far off countries, they come and do their research work in the Indian Cultivation for Science. Okay. Calcutta Science College or University College of Science and Technology. It was founded by whom? Dr. Ashutosh Mukherjee on 27th March 1914, and in founding the Calcutta Science College, Ashutosh Mukhopadhyay or Mukherjee got the help from lawyer and educationist Taranath Palit and Raj Bihari Ghosh. He got help from Taranath Palit and Raj Bihari Ghosh. Calcutta Science College was established for what purpose? For the study of Swadeshi science. This college, Calcutta Science College, it was established for the purpose of study of Swadeshi science. And Taranath Palit and Raj Bihari Ghosh, both of them contributed about 37.5 lakhs of rupees for the establishment of Calcutta Science College. For these reasons, the campus of Rajabajar Science College is known as Rajbihari Shikha Prangan, and the Baligon Science Campus, it is known as Taranath Shikha Prangan. Those who came to teach the students at Calcutta Science College were C.V. Raman, he was a physicist, Acharya Prafulla Chandra Roy, he was well versed in chemistry, and many students of the college who became scientists in their later life were Surendranath Bose, Meghnad Shah, Gyan Chandra Ghosh. These were very eminent personalities of Bengal who were the students of Calcutta Science College. Okay. Next is the Bose Institute of Sciences or Boshu Bigyan Mondir. This institute was established by Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, and it was established on 30th November 1917. Like the other institutions, this Institute of Science also had some objectives, and they were to study both life and non-life sciences. And Dr. Bose, or Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, he was fascinated by the electromagnetism, and he also did a lot of research and experiments on the subject. And next, he had also contribution on paramagnetic compounds, and this institute had another objective, and it focused on 6 areas of research. They were botany, chemistry, material science, microbiology, biochemistry and biophysics. On these 6 areas of research, the Bose Institute had given much and the focus, and they were botany, chemistry, material science, microbiology, biochemistry and biophysics. An important contribution of the Bose Institute was the discovery of the vaccine for cholera. This is an important contribution made by the Boshu Bigyan Mondir, the discovery of the vaccine of cholera. Dr. S.N. Dey was the main architect of this project. The study of modern biology was started in the Bose Institute of Sciences. Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, he invented the crescograph machine. Why he invented this machine? To prove that plants have life, that there is life in the trees. Yes, and the National Information System for Science and Technology, or NISSAT, had mentioned about the unparalleled contribution and influence of the Bose Institute of Sciences. And why? Because of its work in the field of biology and microbiology in India. Next is the Bengal Technical Institute. The Bengal Technical Institute, or BTI, was set up by a Bengali engineer, and on 25th July 1906. Why this Bengal Technical Institute was established? Its objective was to provide technical manpower to the Swadeshi engineering projects. Its main objective was to provide technical manpower to the Swadeshi engineering projects. During the foundation of BTI, or Bengal Technical Institute, Dr. Palit founded the Society for the Promotion of the Technical Education, SPTA, in why it was entrusted with the work of controlling the BTI. And next is our National Council of Education. Why this was established? There was some reason. By passing the Indian University Act of 1906, Lord Curzon, he encroached upon the autonomy of the Calcutta University, And this attitude of Lord Curzon, by this attitude of Lord Curzon, the Indians were dissatisfied, mainly the educated people of Bengal, and the contemporary nationalists of Bengal thought about the establishment of National Council of Education. And there were some purposes for establishing the National Council of Education, and they were to set up an education controlled by the Indians in place of the British dominance. That the education system will be controlled by the Indians instead of the Britishers. And the second purpose was to create national consciousness, national thoughts among the educated Indians. For that purpose also this National Council of Education was created. And the third purpose was to offer education to the masses of Bengal on national line and national control under National Council of Education. Next purpose was to draw up a curriculum for the whole education system. There should be a very scientific curriculum, and that was the curriculum for 3 years primary education, 7 years for secondary education, and 4 years for the collegiate courses. This curriculum was adopted by the National Council of Education. Next and the last purpose was to arrange for literary, scientific and technical education, which would be under the control of the National Council of Education. These were the purposes why the National Council of Education was set up. And the first president of the National Council of Education was Raj Bihari Ghosh. The Bengal National College and the Bengal Technical Institute was set up during this period, and the National School was also set up during this time. This constituted about 25 high schools and 300 primary schools. Topic is criticism of colonial system of education. The established education system during the British rule in India was of the colonial nature. In this system, strict discipline was enforced by the teacher. And second, why this education system of the colonial rule of the Britishers were criticized? The second point is that there was always a fear of failing in exam, and the students were confined to their classes. You all students also don't like to be confined the whole day in the classroom. This was the education system which existed, which the Britishers adopted. Okay, and for this reason there was some criticism by some of our legends, and among them we must mention about Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was not in favor of this system of education, though he was influenced with the Western education, and he also studied in the London University. Though we know that he didn't went to any, in his childhood, to any school, but for higher studies he had gone to London University. But in spite of that, he did not like the education system of the Britishers. As a critic, Rabindranath criticized colonial ideas of education. He himself was not ready to accept the methods adopted by his own teachers during his school days. The fact was that the children never enjoyed the strict discipline employed by the teacher. For Rabindranath Tagore, a school was necessarily a tool or a factory for providing education to the children. Opposing this colonial mode of education, Rabindranath's opinion was that education should be such that it enables or promote the student to think and evaluate. First, what the education system should be such that the student he won't mug up. He will think over the subject, what his teacher is teaching, and he will only evaluate it. Okay. Only then education will lead to the all-round development of the thought process of the mind, and the child will not simply grow but evolve into the complete man with an ideal character. Unless his thought process is developed, a child can never develop his idealism, his character. He has to develop his thought process, and this process starts from the school level. Because of the opinion that the Gurukul system of ancient India that existed in ancient India was far more effective for the development of Indian mind, he believed that first the child should learn through his traditional methods in his mother tongue, and after his mental faculties are developed, he should enter into the world of education. In the colonial system, there was no glory of Indian culture legacy of past or feeling national heritage of the country. According to Rabindranath, fundamental purpose of education is not to enrich ourselves through the fullness of knowledge, and the bond of love is equally important. Just getting knowledge is not enough. There should be the bond of love. He also thought that the humanist creative education within natural environment must promote inner harmony amongst nature, man and God. You will see that when a class is told to, if a teacher comes to your class and she tells that today we will have our class on the playground under the tree, you will love it, because in all children they don't like to be confined in the classroom. If the class is conducted under the shade of the tree, the teacher as well as the student, there is a good effect on it, and this was the thing which Rabindranath Tagore told in the education system, that if the education in the education system there is a bond between the nature, man and God. Rabindranath felt that in the name of education there was oppression on the students. In the Western system of education, in the missionaries, he thought it was his thinking. He advocated that the students should themselves be able to evolve on their own, decide and analyze their own performance. And he said that the education which the students are receiving, the students are the first, they will judge themselves what performance they are doing in the class. then only a student can make his own progress if he thinks and analyzes himself. For these thoughts, Rabindranath was able to create his own education system in the form of the creation of the Institute of Shantiniketan. Tagore felt that for the students it is necessary to learn in harmony with environment. Rabindranath founded his own school and which was based on his idea of education of Shantiniketan on 22nd December 1901 called Brahmacharya Ashram. Yes, to ensure why this ashram was set up, to ensure that the students are taught the importance of Indian heritage, to give a universal humanist outlook, to provide all-round development of the student. The student had no fixed curriculum. They were expected to grow through their own experience. What was the main goal of education? To synthesize knowledge and feeling. There should be a synthesis between the knowledge and feeling. This was the main aim of education of Rabindranath Tagore. In the words of Rabindranath, Shantiniketan was a sapling which was to grow into Vishwabharati, a widely branching tree. And Vishwabharati was established on 23rd December 1918, and it developed as a center of Indian culture in a place very close to Shantiniketan. Rabindranath set up a second campus that came to be known as Sriniketan. When it was set up? In 1922, it was established as a center to solve the problem of the villagers without any help from outside. This was set up to solve the problems of the villagers. 5. And I think you have all enjoyed the class. It's a request from my side that all the students go through the chapter thoroughly. You learn each topic carefully. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.